So it was only 2 years ago that I was influenced to buy this product. I would argue is probably the most famous and well-known facial cleansers out there, which is the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. Basically everyone I know uses this cleanser, so naturally I was influenced to buy it and I became a user of this product. That wasn't until just a few short weeks after I purchased it, I came across another video that came up on my TikTok feed of a girl exposing what was in this product. And it was in that moment that I realized I had been so naive and so blind to the products I was rubbing all over my skin, the products I was putting in my bath, the products I was rubbing all over my face and in my hair, on my scalp. I don't know why I had no awareness to the pores that were on my body and how I was just taking in all of these chemicals, what were in these products that I was using. Now, I am not a scientist, nor am I a doctor, but thankfully, I don't need to be the most intelligent person. I don't need a college degree to show me and tell me when the devil's hand is on something. And that's the amazing part about being a Christian, is that you are made aware of the wickedness and the demonic forces that are in this world. And if you don't already see that with the cosmetic industry, I can almost promise you by the end of this video, you're gonna see that this is nothing short of demonic. Today, I wanna bring your focus to the ingredients in some of the products that you or someone you know is using. And we're gonna expose just how evil the cosmetic industry really is. Let's dive in. One of the devil's biggest lies that he has convinced so many people with in 2025 is that the sun is your enemy, when in reality, the sun is your doctor in the sky. In fact, the sun used to be used to treat a number of different illnesses. Hospitals in the early 1900s had beds on the roof for patients. Yes, of course, too much of anything is bad for you, but most people, due to the fear-mongering by the sunscreen industry, are not getting enough sun, which could actually be the reason why you're depressed, why you're tired, why you have a low mood. Lack of vitamin D can lead to bone or joint pain and frequently being sick. The sun is your doctor and it's free, but that's the problem. There is no money to be made. But if the cosmetic industry can convince you that the sun is extremely dangerous, you'll be running to screen yourself from the sun with sunscreen. Which again, guys, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, especially if you know you're going to be in the sun for longer than an hour. But guess what? God already had an answer for that, and that's what zinc is for. Zinc is a natural element that God created that works immediately after you apply it. And this has been a known thing, yet for some reason, 99% of the sunscreens that are marketed to us contain a lot more than zinc oxide. A common ingredient you will find in most sunscreens is BHT. Yet BHT does nothing to stop UV light from reaching your skin. It's simply to be able to keep the product on the shelf for an extensive amount of time. Essentially, in order to keep the shelf life longer for these products and make more money, they're willing to add BHT into these products, even though the cosmetic industry is well aware that BHT affects thyroid function. It may also have effects on the sex hormones in your body and may affect fertility. And on top of all that, it can affect the development of a baby growing in a mother's womb, which, as you guys know, I'm 6 months pregnant. Had I not known that this was in sunscreens, I'd be grabbing one of these products and lathering it onto my skin, having no idea that I'm not protecting my baby, I am harming the baby in my womb. The ECHA has also reported toxicity to the liver, kidneys, lungs, and blood in rats. Another popular ingredient that you will find in most sunscreens is this ingredient called octocrylene. Octocrylene is used in sunscreen as a UV filter due to its ability to absorb harmful ultraviolet rays that can damage the skin. Sounds great, but a study was done by the SCCS in 2021 that shows that octocrylene may induce adverse effects on reproduction and organ development. I'm sorry, but you are just not going to sit here and convince me that this is not demonic, that the devil's hand is not on sunscreen, on the sunscreen industry. It's pretty obvious that he is clearly after babies in the womb. So many girls that plan to be mothers one day, mothers that are lathering these products onto their skin, thinking they are protecting the baby growing inside of them, yet are sadly doing the complete opposite. This is the devil's hand, and it's the fact that so many people have no idea about about it. They are completely unaware. I have popped up the very few sunscreens that are more focused on zinc oxide more than anything and do not contain harmful and unnecessary ingredients like BHT and octocrylene. Aside from sunscreen, I make sure to get 30 minutes of direct sunlight every single day with no sunscreen on, making sure that I'm not blocking the nutrients that are essential for my health that come from the sun, which again is free. But always, guys, moderation is a huge thing across the board with everything. Too much of anything is bad, but the fact is that 99% of the sunscreens marketed to you are not your friend, and they are not of God. All right, let's move on to facial cleansers, but let's hone in on the one that I would argue is the most popular facial cleanser that women and men are using today. It's known as the best cleanser on the market, and that is CeraVe. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I was personally influenced to purchase this product, and I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely loved it. But again, I'm so thankful that just a few weeks later, the Lord exposed to me the poison that I was putting in my body when using this cleanser. CeraVe contains a paraben called propylparaben. Propylparaben has effects on hormones and sperm activity. The substance may also have effects on, you guessed it, fertility and the development of an unborn child in the womb. And this ingredient isn't just in the CeraVe facial cleanser, it's in so many cleansers across the board. Please just ask yourself what these ingredients are doing in these products that are particularly marketed and geared toward women. I am 6 months pregnant. Don't you think that there should be a warning on the back of these products that include this ingredient that say, warning, if pregnant, may cause harm to your baby? Would be kind of important to include that, but they don't. Why? Propylparaben can also be found in one of the most popular body lotions, which is Cocoa Radiant by Vaseline. And again, so many more. Something else that was actually exposed for being in all of our favorite non-stick Teflon pans are PFAs, which are forever chemicals. Excellent movie on that called Dark Waters. You should watch it and it will teach you all about PFAs and an even more in-depth look into how demonic so many products marketed to us are.
That the C8 they put into the air and buried into the ground for decades was causing cancers. They knew that their own workers were getting these cancers. They knew that the consumers too were being exposed, and not just in Teflon, in paints, in fabrics, in raincoats, boots.
They're in a lot of products that so many people are completely unaware of, and guess what they do? They are likely to disrupt our endocrine system, impact fertility, and interfere with the body's natural hormones. Also an increase in kidney and testicular cancer. Yeah, I'm sorry. What? What is this doing in our products, and why don't so many people know? Why is this not made aware to us? Why is this almost like hidden? Obviously, so many of us, we're not scientists. We're not looking at the back of our shampoo and our conditioner and our shaving cream and know what octinoxate is. We're not gonna know what that is, so we're easily just gonna be like, we trust them, they know what they're doing, and I just love how this product makes me look. This is the reality, and sadly, so many people are made aware of what is in these products, but they still choose to buy them. They still choose to use them. Another huge market targeted specifically at women is the self-tanner market. A product I've been using since I think I was 19 years old, trying to enhance my tan. Little did I know that using this product could have made it difficult for me to become a mom in the future. As far as hair products, Head & Shoulders Classic Clean, harmful to fertility. Dry Bar Dry Shampoo, harmful to fertility. Big Sexy Hairspray, harmful to fertility. At this point, I pray it's become overwhelmingly obvious to you that there is such a clear and evident spiritual demonic war against fertility. The devil is carrying out his plan to steal, kill, and destroy through the cosmetic beauty industry. If you made it this far and you're like me and instantly thinking about all the products you now need to replace, I got you. I made a video. It is not sponsored whatsoever. These are products that took me a really long time to come by that are clean ingredients and are actually good products. There's also an app that has some very mixed reviews for some reason. I have been using it for years. It has exposed so much to me, which is the Yuka app. actually have an ongoing joke with my friend that we call it the yucca app. Once you get the yucca app, you discover that everything is yucca. And what's awesome about it is that it shows you the research into all these ingredients, the studies that have been done into the ingredients. So you can make your own decision. They may say that something's really bad, but you look into the ingredient and you're like, I don't think that that's that bad. I'm willing to take a risk here. But at least you're made aware. At least you know. As we move closer to the end of times, we cannot be ignorant as the body of Christ. We need to be good stewards over the body that we have been blessed with, over the temple that we have been blessed with. I love you guys. I pray that this was edifying. I pray that you learned something and your eyes are open to new things of where the devil is and what he has his hand on. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the comments and I'll see you for our next video. God bless you. What's up? Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you want to see more videos to help you grow in your faith with Jesus, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell so you're notified the second we post a new video. And I will see you guys in the comments.